Hey, thanks for hanging out with us again. Today I thought we'd do some hand pouring some jerk baits. So we have the Angling AI 5-inch jerk bait, amazing mold, of course, from Angling AI. It's going to be awesome. And we're going to get set up and we'll show you how we do these things. Now I wanted to show you, we got these laid out on our hot plate. It's just on warm temperature, just getting the chill off of them because it's pretty chilly here in Michigan right now. Now let me show you these molds. See the way, see the eye? Now the way that the other molds, the swim bait molds, that's recessed inwards, so which means that it's like, then it's got, once it's done, you'll have that hole where you can drop an eye into. Well, these are backwards where they're recessed out. So actually I'm going to show you, we're going to hand pour the eyes, and it makes it a whole lot easier, and I think it makes a really better effect too. So we got some plastic in the mic, and as soon as that is done warming up, I'm going to show you a trick on how to do that really easily too. So once that plastic's warmed up, we'll be right back and show you how to do it. Alright, here we got just some old black that we had laying around, just to show you how we do this. Now there's a lot of different ways to do it. It's kind of like pouring a shad dot, but here's a quick and easy way. Make sure you're holding it up, because there's a slight angle in the head. So if you try to do this when it's laying on the table, your eye will be a little bit off center. So just pick it up and then dip it in, and look, just one little drop. That's it. See that? Alright, let me do another one real quick. One drop right in the eye. See there? So we're just going to go through and get these eyes done real quick. This is the best, fastest, and easiest way to do it. So let me do one more here. Just drip with a Q-tip. That's it. That's it. All right. Alright, so now we got all these eyes done, and now if you've seen our videos, I like to pour the heads first. So we're gonna color build the body that we want to do, and I'll show you how we build the colors real quick. Alright, now we got our beautiful dead-on plastics. It's the only plastisol we use here. And we're gonna do a blue craw top, another dead-on color, amazing, I love it. Now they recommend about 40 drops per cup. We got about a half a cup, so we're gonna throw 20 drops in this. Alright, there's 20 drops. This color is amazing. It actually is a color morphing, so it's got like a color changing ability to it. It goes from like greens to browns. I can get my hand out of the way here. Beautiful, beautiful color. Just like all dead-on colors, they are all amazing. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It's got like a shift from like browns to greens to blues. It's really, really pretty color. Alright, now we're gonna make it stick out a little bit. So we're gonna add a smidge of medium skyflake from Dead On. Gotta put a smidge of that in there. And then, just to offset it, we're gonna put a large flake of another, one of my favorite ones is Meteor. This color is so cool. We're gonna throw a smidge of that in there. And then I like to add just a touch of blue highlight powder to it. Just a touch. Look, that's like half a smidge. Doesn't take much. Just to add a little style to it. Alright. Let's get this mixed up. Pretty. You see that? Look at this color. Hard to see with these lighting, but it's pretty. Alright. Now let's take a little sample swatch out. I like to every time I make baits, I like to put a little sample of each color on the table so I can see how they're gonna interact with each other. I think that looks pretty good. Can you see that? Not really, huh? Okay, I think it's pretty good. So we're gonna get this back in the mic real quick, bring it back up to temp. Remember, plastisol has to be at 350 degrees before it hits conversion temperature. After that, you can adjust your temperatures, but you have to hit the 350. So we're gonna get this back in the mic for a minute, and then we're gonna stick it in the vacuum chamber and get the bubbles out of it, and I'll show you how we pour the heads real quick. Alright, I'm gonna show you how we do the heads now. This is how I like to do it. Swirl it around a little bit. Look at that color, isn't that pretty? Awesome. Swirl it around a little bit and it brings all your flake up. Now what? Remember the hot plate's only on warm, and we're gonna pour it just, hope you can see, just in that head. Just cover the head up a little bit and then dump it back into the cup. And that's it. That's all we're doing for right now. Let me show you another one. Swirl it around, it brings all your flake up to the top. Okay, real carefully, a little bit on the head, then dump it out. Just like that. Okay, we're gonna get the rest of these done real quick. Alright, so we got all those heads done. And remember, we poured it out, so you're going to see a little bit where it drained out. Well, these Angling AI molds are so good that all you got to do, just touch it. Pinch it off on the edge, and it'll be nice, clean edge. Okay, so we went it through. Let me show you another one real quick. It's that simple. Pinch it off. Now, we went through and did the other ones already. Now, I want to show you something else. You notice the hook slot? You can put it in there and have a standard hook slot, you know? Or, the way they design these, you can move it up like that. And now it's a deeper hook slot, which means your hook will have deeper penetration. And for this one, we're going to just do the bottom. So we're going to get all these together and close them all up. Make sure we don't forget none of the hook slots. All right, now we got to clamp these up. So we're gonna clamp them all even, and then we're gonna do opposite pressure. See how that's pulling that way? So you want this one to pull the other direction. That way there's even pressure on them. Okay. Now we're gonna turn our hot plate up to about 300. And then we're gonna get the belly color. We have some more beautiful dead on. We're gonna get this in the mic and get that up to temp, and we'll show you what we're doing there. Now when you're heating this plastic and you want it to remain clear, you see I just put that in for 1.5 minutes and it's still really white. So you're just gonna swirl it around a little bit to stir it up. And you want to heat dead on plastics very slow. So we're gonna put it in for another minute and see where it goes from there. All right, we're gonna get our digital probe here, and we want to, we got to make sure it gets up to 350. All right, now we just hit the 350 mark, but if you can, I don't know if you can see in the bottom of this cup, there's a little bit, it's a dirty cup, but there's a little bit down there still. So what we're gonna do, let this cool down just a second. You just swirl that heat out of there, and we want to make sure it's totally converted, otherwise your baits end up really sticky. So we're gonna get that back in for another 30 seconds, and then we'll show you what's up. All right, now we got crystal clear plastic. You can see right through that. Awesome. So we're gonna get this in the vacuum chamber real quick and get all these bubbles out, and then I'll show you how we pour the bellies. All right, now we got our beautiful clear plastic. We're gonna start in the head and very slowly let it, since we got hot molds, remember the rule of thumb, you got hot molds, you want cooler plastic. So this plastic has been cooled off a little bit, and just pour it right above the hook slot. Do another one. Oh, always give it a swirl. Very slowly, and just right to the top of that hook slot. Now since we got hot molds, the molds will pretty much just pull it where it needs to go. Nice and easy. No rush. Alright. One more. Nice and slowly. Right to the top of that hook slot. Alright. Alright. And there you have that. Now we're going to show you how we do the veins for it. Alright, now the belly color we just used, we're going to just use that, and we're going to add another great dead-on color. Another one of my favorites is a char lime. Really stands out. Great color for a chartreuse. Now we're going to start with just, where is it? Can you see this? Okay, we're going to start with 10 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to start small, because you can always add more, but you can't really take it out. Awesome color. It's kind of like a yellowish green. I love the green tint that they added to it. Okay, I think that's pretty thin. So let's do, where is it? Alright, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 more. Now we're at 15. Stir it in good. It's a little bit darker. Now remember the spot we put on there? What we're gonna do, we're gonna put a little bit of this with it and see how they look together. I think a couple more drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's 15 drops now. Get that in there. Alright, let's see what that, oh yeah. Okay. Can you, it's hard to show that on camera here, but you can see how the colors are playing with each other here. Not one is not overlapping the other one, overpowering it. That's exactly what you want. So we're gonna get this one up the temp, and then get that in the vacuum chamber and get the bubbles out, and we'll show you the pouring the veins. All right, now we got that beautiful color. Now when we pour this, you want to go very, very slowly, and you want it to stop just short of the head. So I start in the middle, and remember the heat of the mold will move it where it's got to go. It will fill it in for you. These molds are so great, they're like effortless to pour, just like that. And you want to just cover just a little bit over the clear belly we put on. Nice and slow. Stop right before the head and then run it back. You'll see, if you watch closer, you can see it's actually covering the head, where it's not covering the head, but it's flowing into the head where you want it. Nice, one more, nice and slow. But don't start it in the head, because then it'll be too much, you know? You want to back it up a little bit and then let it flow into the head. Alright, and there's that. And you see how the it's stopped just short of the head there, right? Alright, so now we're gonna, that head color we poured, we're gonna get that warmed back up and we'll top it off. Now we got the heat on our hot plate, we bumped that up to 350 degrees. So these are really hot, okay? So now since they're hot, we take, remember the head color, the blue coral? We're gonna take that color, and it helps a lot to keep your flakes suspended when you have cooler plastic going into a hot mold. If the plastic's too hot, all your flake will fall down and settle. And we don't want that. We want it to be throughout the bait. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start in the head and very, very slowly just fill them up, nice and slow, and work it down, and then do a little, I like to do this little swirl in the tail. And don't worry, because the heat, remember, the heat will fill it up. See, filled in that tail perfect. Alright, let's get the next one. Nice and slow. Just let that plastic flow where it's gotta go. Nice and easy. Little swirl in the tail. I like to swish it around like that. It brings the flake back up. Nice and easy. A little bit in the tail. And last one. You want it just barely to the, a little bit over the top, not very much, because as plastic cools, it's going to shrink. So you want to make sure you don't have too much in there. And there it is. Simple as that. Now we're just gonna let these chill out, heat up a little bit more. We're gonna leave them on the heat for about 5 minutes and then kill the heat and let them cool down naturally on the hot plate, so they cool down nice and slow. So once they're done, we'll come back and hopefully they worked out. All right, we're back. They've been sitting here for about 45 minutes cooling, so hopefully they're good. We're gonna check them out and see how we did. All right, let's open these up and let's see how they did. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at that. Very cool. Let me get it out of there. Look at that. See how the vein stops right at the eye now? And that's because we stopped it back here and the heat just pulled it there. And see how much easier it is to do them eyes like that? Then you know they'll stay in there because they're poured right into it. Very cool. That blue craw is amazing. Cool. Let's get these all out of here and check them all out together. Oh yeah, it's like opening Christmas presents, man. Nothing better than opening a mold and seeing something cool that you created. Woo! See something new that you created. That's a tip, don't ever do that. Yeah, let me put these all on this board. I like to put them on this, you can see it real good. And this little piece of Lexan plastic I got here. Alright. What do you think, guys? Here, let me, got shadow on there. What do you think of that, huh? Isn't that cool? See, it's like bluish, greenish. That ain't working without the light. Let's move over here. Yeah, look at that. Very cool. Very, very cool mold. Alright, there you have it. I think they turned out pretty awesome. If you are interested in these molds, you can go to anglingai.com, and all the links for this stuff is always in the descriptions of all my videos. You've got links to us at 513lowerworks.com, and then there's Angling AI and Dead on Plastics, and if I use anything else, then I put the link for that in too. But right now, these molds are awesome molds, and they're actually very affordable on their website if you want to check them out. But we hope you dug it, and till next time, thanks for hanging out.